favorite comedians. He's from Hamilton. If you guys are ever in Hamilton and want to check out a show, he puts on a show at Aqua Nova Brewery every month. It's a fantastic show. Help me welcome to the stage my good buddy Trevor Curle, everyone.
Give it up for Jesse Crisp, everybody, and a couple comments we saw before me. Give it up for this lady who's fanning her face. Too many dick pics she's getting. She's getting hot in here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, cool. Love coming to comedy and seeing backs. Can you explain to me how this guy's got two ladies in the front row? Are you guys related, or are you guys just on a double, triple date? Oh, right on. I like how you do it in Niagara Falls. I'm from Hamilton. I tried to get my buddy Will to pick me up, and I told him Hamilton. He's like, nope. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's very safe is what they call it compared to Niagara Falls. But most of my friends actually know me as a bedwetter. I don't know if you guys got a couple nicknames in here. But the last, I want to say, I usually say 2 months, but we'll just say 5 weeks. I have not wet the bed. Yeah, it's been pretty successful. Well, we'll get into that. But no, like I said, I'm from Hamilton and I'm sleeping in my car right now, so I'm just wetting the car seat. I don't know if you guys are experiencing the same troubles that I'm having with vehicles, but my truck smells like this. Fucking stinks, man. It's probably why Will didn't pick me up. It's okay. Normally on Fridays I have piano lessons. I don't know if anyone plays an instrument in here. Okay, one guy in the front. But no, I play the piano. I'm stuck on the song called The Hokey Pokey. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that song. Every time I go to play this song, the only problem is I got to put my right hand in. Take my right hand out. Music stops playing. And at this point in my lesson, I turn around to my teacher and they look at me and they say, Trevor, that's what it's all about. That's the hokey pokey. Well, I got a couple laughs from the old people over there. I appreciate that. I thought maybe the bedwetter might hit better, but that's okay. Anyone been to a housewarming party recently? You said no, and then you said yes. Okay, cool. I got invited to one, and as anyone does at a housewarming party, you buy them a furnace. Yeah, but no, I got invited to a second one, but I broke the bank, obviously, on the first furnace. So I bought these people a squatty potty. Anyone have a squatty potty in here? So a couple people that aren't full of shit. I suggest you get one. They're fucking awesome. But the best thing about buying someone a squatty potty is that when they're out, you've got squatters' rights. That's cool, guys. Being from Hamilton, we have a TD Coliseum. Just did a renovation. Used to be First Ontario Centre. Before that, it was the Cops Coliseum. And Cops Coliseum, they had a weekend event, and it was the West 49 Canadian Open. I don't know if you guys are familiar with skateboarding. It was a thing that I used to do when I was 14 years old, and I went for this weekend event. I go inside, I walk around, and I meet a professional skateboarder. And he's like, hey, you want to buy the passes that we're wearing? So I'm intrigued, and I was like, yeah, sure. So I rip off my weekend pass, and I throw on the pass that he sells me. And I start walking around, and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to take a risk. So I walk to security, and I'm like, hey. He's like, yep, go ahead. So now I'm walking backstage. You know, I'm grabbing free sandwiches, I'm getting free drinks, taking pictures, signing autographs. The only thing I'm not doing, obviously, is I'm not skateboarding. You know, I look like a poser. But no, the next day I bring my skateboard, I show up, I go to walk on the course, and they're like, no, sorry, that's yesterday's pass, you gotta get a new one. Now I'm panicking. I'm like 14 years old, I'm like, what do I do? I can't get the old pass, I've already thrown that one away. So I go to the check-in, and luckily they had like a list of names on the wall. You know, I'm gonna steal someone's identity today. Clearly I can't be Tony Hawk, right? Because I'm not a 900, so I'm stuck stealing someone's identity, and the only problem, guys, is that I'm stuck being Trevor Curle for the rest of my life. I'm wet in the bed. I didn't sign up for that. I don't know the hokey pokey, man. I bought that person a furnace on my credit card. Better get a rebate back. Speaking of skateboarding, there's a new skateboard part that just dropped. His name's Chris Jocelyn. And with these new skateboarders, it's hard to like keep up with the way they stand on a skateboard, and that determines the technicality of that trick. If it's a regular trick, a switch trick, nollie, fakie, it gets pretty interesting, right? And like so, I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know these new skateboarders anymore. I wish before the video started it would say this person's switch or this person's goofy or whatever, right? It would be like intriguing to actually follow along. So then it got me thinking, what if we had a little like blurb before the porns we watch, And this dude, he's banged 5 stepmoms. He's gotten 3 stepsisters out of the washing machine. But more importantly, this guy's probably going to lose his plumbing business if he keeps taking payment in the terms of sex, You got bills to pay, right? Speaking of sober, I just went through a month of sober November. Cool. The people there are clapping are definitely not sober. Or supporting my decision. But no, I stopped smoking weed for 29 days of November. I didn't make the whole month, but it's besides the point. But no, what was interesting is that as a weed smoker, I was always that guy who was smoking while rolling up. Just constant smoke around me. And it got so bad that at home I had a CPAP that I converted into a bong. Now my friends are calling me Bong Vader. That better. Fuck those guys. But no, by week 1, I was trying to figure out a couple things to get over those urges. So one of them was hiding in the bathroom at work. I don't know if you guys do that. No? Okay. The second thing I was doing was I was dehydrating my body through my tear ducts. Yeah, I hope you've done that. No, the third one though is quite interesting, is I was constantly refitting my fist in the hole that I made at home. The idea is that you only want to make one hole, you don't want to make multiple. So as a stoner, I don't know how to do drywall. But no, by week 2, which is interesting, my bank called me with a bit of a wellness check on me, a green alert. They're like, we've noticed your bank account's been a little higher than you've been. Are you still breathing? And yes, I am. But no, by week 3, I don't know if you guys ever experienced being sober off of the weed, but you get crazy nightmares. Crazy nightmares. So like what you are experiencing during the day or watching something that you experience this in your dream. So I was trying to pick something to watch before bed, and I came across the movie Megan. I don't know if you guys are, you know that movie? Yeah, I didn't even watch it, I just saw the movie title. And in my dream, Megan's following me around, she's throwing an arm, she's throwing a leg at me. At least she could throw a titty at me, you know what I'm saying? Like a motorboat, But no, the thing is that I was trying to convince somebody in my dream that this was happening, and they weren't believing me. So like Megan started to throw an arm, and like I was looking at the person in my dream, and I was like, I told you so! I told you so! And like I woke up in my bed looking at my wall, being like, I told you so! I told you so! I was like, oh fuck, I'm not wet, that's cool. And then I rolled over to my sex doll, and I said, I told you so! I told you so! Which is fucked up, that's not Megan, that's Crystal. Cool guys. Another thing with these nightmares I was experiencing, anyone play video games in here? Couple virgins? Cool, nice, right on, me too. But no, I was watching this guy play a video game called Dead by Daylight. And Dead by Daylight, anyone familiar, there's 4 survivors in the game and there's 1 killer. So in my dream, I'm one of the survivors running around, waking up now in cold sweats. Or is it your? So I'm trying to like think to myself, like I gotta switch up the script here, I'm gonna do something different. So I started watching porn before bed. Now it's no longer cold sweats that I'm waking up in, That's what I'm seeing, guys. Cool. Last year I moved out of my parents' house. Woo! Thank you. You guys are looking at me like, isn't it, how old are you? I'm actually 35 years old. And the secret of staying so young looking is that I grew up with two normal parents that love me. Yes. I moved away from a place with security cameras. Now I live in a place where, like I said, I live in Hamilton, and there's people consistently touching their toes outside my place. And I don't think it's before mobility or any sort of yoga pose. I just think that they're into something a lot harder than I was, that's for sure. But no, living downtown, it's been a wild experience. One of the days I was crossing the street, and I looked over, and there was this lady who was kind of looking at me, and she's like, "Fuck you! Fuck you!" And this is when I looked over again, and I made eye contact, and this is when she like touched her toes, started hopping over cars like a Frogger. I was like, "Yo, this is fucking nuts." She gets to the other side, and she's like, "You killed my parents. I'm gonna call the FBI." And guys, I'll be honest with you, you hit one person with your car at 16, and they remember forever. Yep, and on the way after work, I was walking down the street, and I have this billboard around the corner from my place, and it says, "When you die, you will go to heaven." Which is pretty fucked up, because I killed that lady's family. Alright guys, I'm going to land on this one here. In September, I don't know if you guys will get into this kind of thing, but I got going to a lot of funerals. Started showing up, No, just me? Cool. But no, I got into collecting a lot of eulogy cards. I got to actually a couple tonight. I'm looking to trade an Uncle Rick. Looking for the Uncle Joe, though. It's got to be pre-1990. Has to have a little bit of a hologram on it. Shine up the light, has the potential to come back to life. Right, but I've been hanging out at a couple of retirement homes. I've got my eyes on a special card. It's called the Blue Eyes White Grandpa. Because if you get 3 of those cards and you combine them, it becomes racist. Yeah, just like my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, she was a bit of a racist. She kept on dropping that hard R right around me. All the time. Couldn't believe it. So I broke up with her. She kept on calling me Trevor. And clearly my name is Trevor. But I feel like we're all homies tonight. You guys can call me Trevor. I'm going to bring up your host, Jesse Chris. You guys want to go.
My buddy Trevor Curle, everybody! Yeah. We got a lot of those people touching their toes in St. Catharines.